Hi, we're talking about the grandparenting ABCs. We're almost to the end of the alphabet. Today we're on the letter U, and U is for understanding. Now, with age and experience, we all hope to be a little more compassionate and a little more understanding. So do a quick self-examination on that and make sure you're demonstrating compassion and understanding with everybody, I hope, but especially with your grandchildren. So understanding is the ability to interpret or view situations, people's behaviors and actions through a compassionate lens. You know, it's the empathy, it's the sympathy, it's being able to hear and understand the problems and lend a compassionate, reaffirming, reassuring voice to a situation. It comes as a result of experiencing life's difficulties. Let's just face it, difficulties come to all of us. We learn through them, and hopefully they kind of take off some of the rough edges that we have when we're young, and they help us to be a much more understanding and compassionate person. We tend to learn through difficult times that things usually work out in the end, even though it's maybe miserable in the process. And if we're wise, we learn that there are really important life lessons to be learned in times of difficulty. That truly is where the root of understanding can come from. It's those life lessons that we have paid for with sleepless nights, tears, stress, whatever your stress go-to is. We've paid for those lessons through hard experiences sometimes. But as a grandparent, we need to be really understanding with our children, okay? Their struggles, they're going through the things that we went through, but in a different time frame, so those struggles may look a little different than they did when we were young. So how can we influence them for good? For our grandchildren and their struggles, oh my goodness. I know that the world and the schools and the experiences my grandchildren are having or will have as they, finish their education are so different than what I lived through. Even with my own kids, I saw lots more crises than what I dealt with when I was in high school. Your kids are experiencing the same thing. The world has become a very stressful, confusing place. There are all kinds of messages bombarding our children and our grandchildren. And for an immature mind, it's hard to sort some of that out. They need us to be a compassionate, understanding, positive influence to help them get through these times. Just read your newspaper, think about your grandchildren, and develop some understanding. Modern life is changing really rapidly. It's hard for all of us to navigate. If you're like me, sometimes when you read the headlines, you just shake your head and can't believe what you're seeing and hearing in the headlines or on the news. But that volume of messages, remember that too. They are being bombarded. We can help with that. Understanding will help with that. Sometimes a listening ear, a hug, a kind word can help a young person navigate, and you will have positively influenced their life. Be grandparents. You have an amazing job to do. You have a lot of influence that you can share with those young people, be a blessing to them, and help them overcome and grow into adulthood. Take care.